Welcome to your once-in-a-lifetime behind-the-scenes hard hat tour of Deep Sea Adventure. Overall, it's about a 2.5, 3-year process from inception until opening date, which is coming soon in this July. It's about a 1.5 years of design and permitting, and then a 10 to 12 month construction schedule. Right behind you, or right in front of you, excuse me, you'll see the structural steel that supports the ride itself. The ride is manufactured by Mack Rides, which is based in Germany, and our submarines came over on a big slow boat all the way to Long Beach and then driven down to San Diego. There's 8 total submarines, and each submarine has 12 people capacity. There's approximately 60 people out here working every day, and it's been over 100,000 man hours to get to where we are. If you look at the phase of construction we're in, we're getting towards the end. We're finishing up what I like to call the hearts and lungs of the building. All the electrical, the HVAC, and start closing up walls to make it the finishes. You see the rock work behind us, the rock work in the tank.
Hi guys, so my name is Marie Collins and I'm the curator here at Sea Life Aquarium at LEGOLAND California Resort. So I will also be the curator here at Lego City Deep Sea Adventure because there is an animal element to this ride / exhibit. So it's essentially, as Tom said, a 350,000 gallon saltwater aquarium that you guys can see on your picture here. So while you're taking photos, so we're actually in the loading area here. So the guests will come in, they'll queue in through the cave area behind you, and they will load into a submarine that's moving. So the subs are continuously moving throughout the track. You'll come in, there'll be a nice little bubble curtain here that'll actually give you a visual barrier. I've turned off the bubbles, but there's a little pipe down here that'll bubble the water, aerate the water, so you can't see into the next section. And then you'll come through a really beautiful coral cave area, what you guys just walked through. There'll be various fish hanging out in here. Then there will be another air curtain here that'll give you a visual barrier into our deep end of the tank. When you go into the deep end, when you're in the submarine, you'll actually see a variety of sharks, stingrays, and a couple thousand fish that we're actually bringing in for this exhibit. You continue your journey through another air curtain and into what's called the craggy seabed here, which will have various other animals living, to another air curtain here, which will exit out through the retail shop behind me. Most of our animals are coming from various sources. So we've actually been collecting animals at Sea Life in our quarantine facility over the last 6 months from various aquariums within California. So various aquariums have given us stingrays and captive raised animals that we've collected, and we've brought in a bunch of fish from aquaculture facilities throughout the United States. And the remaining fish are going to come from a sustainable collector in Australia. So we're really excited about that because the species that we're going to actually exhibit here are going to be a bit different than what we have at Sea Life. So it'll be 2 different experiences, which will be really cool and exciting. So we're really happy about that. So a little bit more about the tank. So this is just one big tank. In the middle there's a big bioreservoir. It all runs through a filtration system that's in the back room. And the filtration was built with water reclamation in mind. So as we do water changes from here on out, we can actually reuse all of our backwash water and recover it, which is really sustainable, eco-friendly, along with all the lighting, and most of the fixtures and the fittings we've put throughout this facility have been with conservation in mind. Everything is low energy design, which is really great and exciting. We wanted to make sure we do it the right way. So as we are at Sea Life, accredited by the AZA, which is the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, we'll follow those same high standards here for Lego City Deep Sea Adventure for any animal welfare concerns. So that's my job, and we're really excited about showing you guys this new ride.
So I'm PJ. I'm one of the master model builders here at LEGOLAND California Resort. I've been building with them for about 4.5 years now, and this is probably the project I'm most excited about because for the first time ever, we're taking a master model builder, me, and they've trained me to the Merlin standards of a master scuba diver. And for the first time ever, we're going to take underwater tools, underwater hammer, underwater drill, and I get to repair and maintain the models while scuba diving. So I'm super excited about this. This is going to be a lot of fun. The first and most important thing is the metal. After a certain size, all models need a metal structure for support and strength. But we've learned that metal rusts over time, even stainless steel. No metal is resistant to salt water. So we've actually removed all the metal and we've made fiberglass framework. Any nuts and bolts have been replaced with nylon nuts and bolts. Zero metal, zero rust, cleaner waters. It's better for the animals, it's better for the filters, better guest experience overall. The second thing is our UV coating. All of our models outside have a UV coating on them to protect from the environments. Underwater doesn't have the exact same environment. So what we did is we found, with the new advances in technology and chemicals, we found a new spray that is 100% safe underwater, 100% safe to the environment, the animals, once it dries, obviously. And it actually deters the growth of algae. It also is much thinner, so it gets into all the little cracks of the model, so it protects it on a much broader scale. Much more of the model is protected from growth inside, which isn't bad for the animals, but it's actually more bad for the model, so they can find homes throughout the ride elsewhere. The third, and probably the most fun to talk about, is Lego floats. It is really difficult moving these models around underwater. Now these models were put in before the ride was filled with water, but in case we do need to move them around, or we have to maintain them or take them out of the water to fix them, we want them to be a lot more accessible, a lot easier to move around. In the past, we've had to come up with creative ways to do that, which has not always worked out so good. So this time, we've actually made a series of mazes throughout the model, all different air vents, air holes, so that way air can get out. It won't be stuck inside the model. It won't be a big balloon. It'll actually hopefully sink much better. So, like I said, we've got 25 new models. These are a couple that you may or may not have seen on the tour already, just walking around. The smallest can fit in the palm of your hand, those little gems, if you've seen them. Probably about 1,000 to 1,500 pieces. Can probably be built in a couple hours, so up to a day. To the largest model, which I'm going to show you next, just over 8 feet tall, has over 800,000 pieces in it. And it's probably took 2 master models about, I'd say, 3 to 4 weeks to build.